Hey everyone, my name is Lauren. Um, I've had a lot of people asking me why I'm doing this project and what gave me the idea. And I thought about writing it all out, but it seemed like talking to you guys would be a better option. So I'm in bed and I'm going to do my best with this. No promises. Anyways, I'm 23 years old and I've been dating since I was about 15 years old. And I've dated for some short-term relationships, some long-term relationships, as short as, like a week, and as long as I think almost 3 years. Um, and I just kind of got to the point in my life where marriage is something that I want, and I thought I knew how to get myself into a good marriage, and I'm realizing that I just don't at all. Um, and more girls I talk to, I'm realizing that this is a pretty common theme. Um, there's really no marriage advice out there for young women. Um, and the ultimate goal of the Good Women Project is to help young women become good women and to make um, a, the idea of a good woman something that is desirable again. I don't think it's kind of lost its charm and lost a lot of its value. And I want to make that desirable again and make that something that's attainable and help women get to that point where they can call themselves a good woman and know for sure that that's what they are. And a huge part of becoming a good woman is finding a good man, I think. I'm not saying everyone should get married, but a lot of us will. And I think it's very important that we find good husbands. That's the most important decision that we'll make in our life. So, in my attempt to find advice on getting myself into a good marriage, um, I decided that I need to stop asking my peers and start asking women who have landed themselves into good, healthy, successful marriages. There's a lot of dating advice out there. Um, I could give you dating advice probably until I'm blue in the face. I think a lot of girls can tell you how to date an okay guy, how to date a better than terrible guy. A lot of girls can tell you how to not date an asshole. But that's totally different than how to find a man that you are willing to give your life to. No, we don't really understand the concept of marriage, I think, a lot of the time, especially if you're high school, college, even mid to late 20s. And it's creeping up into early 30s, depending on what your life looks like, what kind of person you are, and where your career has taken you. And there just are not women, attractive women, and I don't just mean physically, I mean women with attractive lives, women who are successful and doing things that I would want to be doing by the time I'm 25, 30, 35, 40, giving advice to younger women on how to land a good man. There's a little bit of marriage advice going around, but the majority of it is to other women who are already in marriages dealing with problems in their current marriage. Also, I think our culture's view of marriage has become something that is just a good thing that we realize we should probably do, kind of like eating our vegetables. And there's no dessert in marriage anymore. So I'm kind of on the hunt to find the dessert in marriage. Somewhere along the way, the idea of having sex with one person for the rest of your life went to an amazing thing, to being something that we honestly, I think somewhere all in the back of our head, kind of dread. And a lot of fears creep up revolving that idea. So I have been working on putting together a list of women, and I will continue to do so, of women who have made it at least 5 years in a marriage. These aren't perfect women. These aren't women in perfect marriages. We're all imperfect. We all have problems. But these are women who have made a good decision, who will tell you they're glad they got married, that it was worth it, that they don't regret it, that they love their husbands, that it was the best decision they made, and they're loving their life because of these marriages that they're in. So I want to profile these women and ask them questions in these interviews in a way where you begin to understand what type of person they are, what their career has looked like and looks like now, and where their future is headed. Girls watching this, we are all totally different. We are across the board. We all have different goals. We all have different dreams. We're totally different people. Some of us are introverted. Some of us are extroverted. Some of us are idealists. Some of us are realists. Some of us wish we were married 5 years ago. Some of us don't want to get married for another 10 or 15 years. And I am not going to tell you that there is any one perfect woman out there with a perfect marriage where everything she says is going to apply to her life. So I want to profile different kind of women in a relevant way, in a relatable way, where you can identify with certain aspects of their lives and their marriage, where you say, yeah, that looks like what I want. How did she get that? Just so that that's something that you have the hope of attaining and a way to get there. I think that we all kind of have this concept of marriage that's defined by reality shows and chick flicks and romantic comedies. If you're a reader, romance novels. Ladies. Those men do not exist. Those ones in romance novels. So my goal is to give you a realistic picture of these marriages and what that looks like, and kind of to unveil the mystery of a marriage, of a good marriage, of a great marriage, of the women that are smart and sexy and successful and are doing the exact same things you want to be doing 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the road. My hope also is to keep these women on a panel who will kind of be available, not 24/7 or anything, but available for advice so that you can come and ask questions, so that you have someone to go to. Kind of the mothers that we don't have, in a sense. Most of us have mothers who have either gone through terrible divorces, who are in marriages that we do not aspire to end up in. Some of our parents have great marriages, but we don't have the types of relationships with our moms where we can go and ask those types of questions. And honestly, a lot of things, the core truths that our parents give us, they're still dead on, but it still sometimes looks different because, it's 20 or 30 years later. So that just about sums it up, I guess. I think the idea, I'm realizing that we can choose husbands, good husbands, on our own is sort of ridiculous. I mean, shoot, I can't even cook something unless someone shows me how to do it first. So I'm just really excited to get to know these women in a personal way. I've only been doing this for a couple days, and I'm already out of the water, just blown out of the water by the women that I'm meeting and talking to. And as I kind of profile these women and get to know them and what they look like and their lives look like, it is incredible to see how much these women love their marriages and how much excitement and enthusiasm they have for sharing what they know and what they've learned and the mistakes they've made, and just telling me how much they love where they are right now. Michelle, one of the women that I'm in the process of interviewing, told me, like, Lauren, I'm so excited to do this. I just adore my husband. And that was probably the most encouraging and refreshing thing I've heard in a really long time. Because like I said, I think that's the dessert to marriage. We don't hear that anymore. We don't hear the great parts. And it's just incredible to hear a woman who has the kind of life I would want to have, who is beautiful and has a book or two published and is, familiar with social media and doing exactly what I would want to be doing, tell me, Lauren, I've been married for a while, long time, and I adore my husband. So that's why I'm doing this, to help myself, to help you guys, to put you in touch with women who have the lives that we one day hope to have. So, hope you join me on this. Read the interviews that we do. Feel free to get in touch with me any way that you want. Send me an email, tweet at me on Twitter. It's at Lauren Langford. And my email address right now is laurennicolelove@gmail.com. So you can get a hold of me pretty easily online, and I am more than happy to answer questions, to talk with you, to interview you if you're married and you want help with this project. If you'd like to partner with us, we're looking for partners. If you have advice for what I'm doing, if you have criticism, anything, I'm open. This is for everyone. So thanks for listening, and I hope you'll stick around and help me remind young women why it's so important to become a good woman.